Sato. Ben Saunders is 22-11, 11 KO, 6 submissions, 5 decisions. He's one of Eddie Bravo's guys. So if we see a few exchanges in here, we're going to see the rubber guard, which seemed to be a devastating move when it was first out, and then it just seems like no one's really getting submissions off of it yet. He is 1-4 in his last 5 fights. Sato is 14-2, 9 KO, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. This is his first UFC fight. He's a Pancrase guy, which is a pretty respectable organization. The only thing is, I was trying to find film on this guy, and it's really hard to find any film on him. I couldn't find anything. The thing is, the way Saunders has been fighting lately, it's really hard to see me getting a W. He's really hyper-focused on getting that rubber guard and trying to do a submission from it, and it just gets him in a bad spot. It's a really high guard, so if the guys escape from it, they can either like slide into the side control really easy. They can do like a north-south pretty easy. They can even do like, the easiest would be like a half guard when you slide your head out of there, because one of his legs is already in the wrong spot. I got Sato by TKO. I just, that's my initial thought, and then I just said I agree with this. I just see Sato winning inside distance. He might even get pulled guard by Saunders and then just prop up and knock him out. Saunders has been looking slow lately. I got Sato inside distance, and I bet the line probably goes with it too.
Yep, the odds makers are very on your side.
Yeah.
They got Takashi Sato at -225.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't see here. I say it's going to happen, but I don't see a path to victory for Ben Saunders on this fight. So, next one, heavyweight, Andrei Arlovski versus Augusto Sakai, whatever. Arlovski's 27-17, 17 KOs, 3 submissions, 7 decisions. He is 2-7-1 in his last 10. The one went by Walt Harris, and the fight was so boring they decided to make it a no contest. No, I'm just joking, but they declared it a draw, I guess. Augusto Sakai is 12-1-1, 10 KOs, 2 decisions. That's the second UFC fight. He did have one fight on the Contender Series where he head kicked a guy that was looking for a takedown. The guy, I don't know, was an ill-advised takedown attempt, I think. He is one of the least athletic looking people. He doesn't even seem to have that. Yeah, he doesn't even seem to have that good of a technique, but he has a really good chin and he catches people with punches. My initial thoughts were Arlovski by TKO, and I'm saying I agree with this. I think that Arlovski, however old he is or whatever, he is pretty technical and pretty good, and he is pretty resilient. He isn't completely glass jaw right now or anything. I think Arlovski's a step up in the competition that this guy's has been fighting, and I think Arlovski will get the W. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because Arlovski's been losing, but yeah.
Well, that might have been a little bit of hesitation that the odds makers had, is his track record recently. But Andrei Arlovski is coming at the underdog at a +120.
Yeah, I like it. The better bet on that might be this fight does not go the distance. That might be the better bet on that fight. Or the under, whatever the under is. It's probably going to end in the first round. They're just going to throw bombs. Both these guys swing. So,
okay.
Next one's early prelim, and this is on ESPN2. Women's strawweight, Carla Esparza against Verna. Oh my gosh.
Jandiroba.
Yeah, there we go. Jandiroba. Esparza's 13-6, 3 KO, 4 submission, 6 decisions. It's her 9th UFC fight. She was the first strawweight champion, and she beat the current champ Rose back in 2014. There you go, but that doesn't really mean anything. Jandiroba is 14-0, 11 submissions and 3 decisions. First UFC fight, but she is an Invicta fighter, which is a pretty good. It's like almost like the farm UFC female fight division kind of thing. I see Esparza winning this by a boring decision. I think she's just going to come out and wrestle her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're taking the underdog again.
Yeah.
Not much of an underdog. -110.
Oh,
Verna Jandiroba is a -120.
That's not worth it.
So
I'm not too confident. It's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that one out of our. For those of you that don't know, we keep track of every fight.
Yeah.
And put $1 on a parlay that's going to not pan out. But hey, if one day it does, we're going to Vegas.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
but I
yeah.
won't put that one in there.
I'm just not too confident. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It could go either way. I just think it's going to be a boring fight either way. Sometimes the judges hate that and they take points away from people that actually won the round. So I don't know. It depends on what the judges look like, but I think Esparza is going to control it, and it's going to be by wrestling. So next one's a lightweight. Jim Miller against Jason Gonzalez. Look at this record. Jim Miller, 29-13. 4 KOs, 15 submissions, 10 decisions. He's 1-4 in his last 5, though. His first fight was UFC 89. Isn't that awesome? 32nd UFC fight. He's only really been fighting good fighters, too. Like top-notch fighters. Jason Gonzalez is 11-4. 4 KO, 7 submissions. It's his 4th UFC fight. My initial thoughts were Jim Miller by wrestling decision, and I still think Jim Miller is going to win this. He's rugged, he's very resilient, and I think he can get a wrestling decision, but he might even be able to turn it into a submission the more I think about it. He's great. He has a jiu-jitsu school. I believe it's out in not Rhode Island, but out that way. So yeah, that's what I got.
Sorry, I got sidetracked with trying to find it. You said Jim Miller, right?
Yeah, I got Jim Miller.
Okay. He's a minus 145. So coming in at the favorite. Not that bad, though.
Dang. Yeah.
Jason Gonzalez would have been a plus 115.
I do think Miller's going to win this, but I thought Miller was going to be an underdog. Oh, well. I still think he's going to win. All right. This next one, women's strawweight. Angela Hill versus Jodie Esquibel? Something like that. Look at these records. Angela Hill is 8-6, 3 KO, 5 decision. Jodie's 6-4, 1 KO, 5 decision. Both of these people, both of them seem to like they like to strike. I got Angela Hill having the striking advantage, so I got her taking the W.
Okay. I think
odds makers.
Odds makers are very confident in her as well. Minus 335.
Oh my goodness. That's not worth it. That is not worth it. Not at all.
Hey, we're throwing her in our parlay.
All right.
It's happening.
Fine. Man, I'm picking all favorites this whole fight. That sucks.
No, you got a couple underdogs.
Okay. Welterweight. Court McGee against Diego Lima. This isn't the Diego Lima from Bellator either. This is the other one.
I believe with an H in his name.
Yeah. I believe both these guys were on the Ultimate Fighter Redemption thing where they both were trying to get back in the UFC. They both had stints where they're in the UFC, then they're out, and then they both came back. Court McGee is 19-7. He's 5 KO, 5 submission, 9 decisions. Lima is 13-7, 4 KO, 4 submissions, 5 decisions. Both are vets of the UFC. Both were in the UFC in the outer while. I just said that. They both have veteran fighter minds. However, McGee is a grinder. He puts the pressure on, and I think he's going to push the pressure on him and grind it out to a decision. I got Court McGee via decision. He's got a good chin as well, and he's got pretty good submission defense.
You're not going to like hearing this, but you are picking the favorite again.
Yeah, I'm sure. I knew it.
McGee at minus 170.
Oh, that's not... yeah, that's too close to 200. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. So, man. You got it?
Was that all of them?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the... No. I also have Gilbert Burns, Mike Davis.
So I didn't know what was going on with that because both Tapology and the Wikipedia don't have that on the fight card. I don't know if that's actually a fight that's going on or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and skip that.
I'd probably go Gilbert Burns though, without looking too much.
Hey. Odds makers agree.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns is really good. He has had some really good wins. He's got lightning fast hands, and he's got good takedowns, and he's learning submission. He already has good submissions, but he's learning it better. So yeah, I would have Gilbert Burns.
All right. So with the
there's a free one, everyone. free
with
on the
the
spot.
11 picks.
Yeah.
Because I left the one out. Right? 12 total fights?
Yeah,
13
I believe
total
so.
fights.
Yeah.
With the 11 picks in the parlay, putting $1 down, we have the possibility of winning $182.
Oh, nice. It's nothing like
It's
1,000.
nothing like last week's
Oh my
episode.
goodness. I don't even know if it's worth like doing a round robin or anything.
Well, hey, we could you could pick a couple of the underdogs that you called out.
Well,
You did call Glover Teixeira. He was at minus 110. That was a good one. Andrei Arlovsky. I guess that was it.
yeah.
Holy cow. Maybe a round robin isn't worth it this week.
Sato, put Sato in there because he's gonna win. I mean, that one. I'm most confident about that, even though I haven't seen film on the guy.
But I mean, it's a minus 225.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Put him in a round robin, you're gonna win $4 on 10.
Yeah, no,
It's not worth it.
no. Let's see if you have Bellator lines. Bellator 220. Maybe we can put a round robin on these. Maybe this is where we'll get money. I doubt it because I'm really confident in my Bellator picks here. Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Bellator 220.
Yeah, do you have it on there?
So I am only showing one fight I can bet on.
Oh, and that's
It's
Rory.
Rory
John.
McDonald and John Finch.
Yeah, okay.
John Fitch.
Yeah, so this is there's a couple of championship fights in Bellator 220. It's in San Jose, California. It's the same date as a UFC. I bet it's around the same time. Welterweight, and you have to go into Zone to watch it though, so it's not on like ESPN or anything. It's Rory McDonald, the champion, against John Fitch. Rory is 20-5. John Fitch is 32-7-1. They're both vets of the UFC. Rory's only 29 years old, even though he has that many fights. Fitch is 41, and he has some fights against GSP. Rory is like GSP's protege. I think Rory wins inside distance. Fitch is a good wrestler, and he is more old school, though. Rory is one of the first new school fighters. Got Rory inside distance.
Rory inside distance. Minus 365.
Yeah, it makes sense.
How confident are you in that?
Not. Yeah, I'm very confident in that for sure. He's gonna win inside distance. It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna put $1 on it, Justin.
You're not gonna make any money.
Possible winnings 27 cents.
Oh, that was a bad bet. All right. The next fight though is a women's flyweight. Elima Lee McFarlane against Vetra Ortega. Elima Lee McFarlane will win this via submission. No doubt about it. She's kind of like the Ronda Rousey of Bellator right now in the flyweight division, so she's going to win by submission. The next one's a lightweight. It's Benson Henderson against Adam Piccolotti. Benson Henderson is out of the MMA lab in Glendale, Arizona. He's a tough guy. He has tree trunk legs. His last UFC fight was actually against Masvidal via decision. He is the toothpick guy. He has toothpick in his mouth when he fights. They always try to get it. Yeah, they always try to get it from him, but he hides it. And anyway, Adam is out of AKA. He's a big Bellator vet. Benson Henderson's going to win this via decision. He might even get a submission on it. And then the next one is a light heavyweight, Phil Davis versus Liam McGreary. Liam's last win was via TKO of King Mo. I got Davis by decision. Davis is going to hold him down and grind to a decision. So that's the Bellator kind of a preview, Bellator 220. So yeah. The next was I was going to do my reaction to UFC St. Petersburg. I have a couple notes here if you want me to go through them.
Yeah, let's go through them. You kind of see what you thought about what.
Hell yeah. So yeah, here's a question. When you watch fights, do you think you'd rather have coffee or beer? Because I was thinking about this.
Man, I would prefer to have a beer.
Yeah.
Because generally the fights are in the evenings.
Right.
But this one kind of threw it all for a loop.
Yeah.
I think if I would have woke up and solely to watch the fights, I went hiking Saturday morning instead of watching the fights.
Yeah.
But I probably would have been sitting on the couch with an Irish coffee.
Yeah. Oh, Irish coffee. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Can't have no booze at all. I mean, come on.
I was enjoying my coffee as I was watching this, and then I was lucid and I was typing, and yeah, it was kind of nice. It was kind of nice having coffee and beer, and not coffee and breakfast food versus beer and pizza and wings or whatever.
I like it.
the other note I have is the issue with the online gambling site.